This is a strengthening question and we have to support the conclusion. The conclusion is that the variation is a result of poor spending choices. The missing link is between the massive variation among different demographics in terms of the number of assets and the conclusion that this variation is a result of poor spending choices. Our broad expectation from the correct answer choice is that it should strengthen this conclusion. Answer choice A. This answer choice states that major purchases are examined to determine whether those purchases were wise purchases. So basically this answer choice talks about a method of determining whether the purchases were wise. However, this answer choice does not suggest whether the purchases were found to be wise. So no judgment regarding poor spending habits can be obtained. In other words, this answer choice is just additional information and does not strengthen the conclusion. So let's eliminate this answer choice. Answer choice B. This answer choice says that for a tangible asset, homes, vehicles and ornamentations are representative of such assets. And the argument mentions that there is a massive variation in the number of these assets, that is homes, vehicles and ornamentations. So combining these two pieces of information, we can say that a similar variation is expected in all tangible assets. However, this answer choice doesn't suggest anything about whether the variation is because of poor spending choices. So this answer choice is just additional information and does not strengthen the conclusion. So let's eliminate this answer choice. Answer choice C. This answer choice says that there are several other types of tangible assets other than homes, vehicles and ornamentations that are often poor purchases. This information doesn't suggest anything about whether this variation across different demographics is because of poor spending choices. So this answer choice is just additional information and does not strengthen the conclusion. So let's eliminate this answer choice. Answer choice D. This answer choice says that it is difficult to determine whether a particular purchase was a wise purchase or whether an alternative would have been better. So basically this answer choice says that it is difficult to identify a purchase as a wise purchase or a poor purchase. If this is so, it casts doubt on whether the variation is because of poor spending choices, because the category of poor spending choices is difficult to define. So this answer choice weakens rather than strengthens the conclusion and does the opposite of what we need. So let's eliminate this answer choice. Answer choice E. This answer choice says that the variation is not influenced by factors other than the purchases themselves. So basically this answer choice rules out the influence of other factors and strengthens the cause-effect relationship between the purchases and the variation, and hence it strengthens the conclusion that the variation is a result of poor spending choices which relates to the purchase behavior. E is the correct answer choice.